I started my wellness journey 4 years ago. From working out at home to not having proper form, from having 2 kids back to back, I went from this to this. I'd be lying if I said there's not a lot of hardships throughout this journey, but the hardest part is just starting. This video is going to be your full guide on how to start your wellness journey, as well as how to maintain it to make it a lifestyle. First thing you need to know is that you just need to start. There is no right time to start any journey, any goal. You just need to start now. Now is always the right time. So ask yourself why. This is the first thing you need to do. Ask yourself, why do you want to start working out? What is your reason for working out? Because your why is what you're going to have to look back on for your discipline. So for example, my why is my kids. I want to grow old to see my kids grow up. And my way of doing that is by staying healthy. And how do I stay healthy? Is by moving my body. It doesn't have to be in any specific way. I just want to be moving my body because I know with me moving my body is me increasing my health and me increasing how long I'm going to live, hopefully, right? I want to be involved in their lives. So that is my why. So with your why, you need to write it down. This is super important because when you write it down, you're able to reflect on it and really able to just process it through your mind. The next thing you need to do when you're starting your fitness journey is figure out what your goals are. Everyone's goals is different, so figure out what is your intention with starting your fitness journey? What goals do you want to accomplish throughout this journey? Because let me tell you, girl, if you think that you're just gonna work out for 1 month or 2 months and get the results that you want, then girl, it does not work like that. This is a lifestyle. This is a journey. That's why it's called a journey, because there's going to be up and downs, and results take time, dedication, and hard work and discipline. In this journey, it is you against you. Your goal is to be better than who you were yesterday. So figure out what your goals are, and again, write it down. This is so important. Everything that I am saying, girl, take notes, because we need to be writing these things down, because like I said, when you write things down, you're more intentional with what you're writing down, and it's more likely to get done than you saying it out loud, because you do not want to just be a sayer. You want to be a doer. You will actually want to stick to your word. This needs to become a habit, a routine, a lifestyle. So you need to be creating habits and routine that align with your fitness goals. For example, with me, I work out, right? But when I'm out of the gym, I'm making sure I'm drinking enough water because that aligns with my fitness goals. I'm making sure I'm getting enough protein in because that aligns with my fitness goals. I'm making sure I'm getting my steps in because that aligns with my fitness goals. You get what I'm saying? So you need to be creating habits and routine that align with your fitness goals outside of the gym, because once you do that, girl, I can guarantee you that, girl, I can really guarantee you once you do this, that is when it starts to become a lifestyle. My next advice is to pick a time throughout your day that you can stick to and be consistent with. For example, my time of working out is early in the morning, because I know every single day I can stay consistent with waking up early and working out early. So that is what works for me, and that's what keeps me on track. So you need to pick a time out of your day that you know you can commit to for your fitness journey and dedicate every single day to be consistent with. Like your body's naturally getting used to that routine, that your body's already saying like, hey, it's time to go to the gym. Like body's already used to the movements that you do at that time, that your body's like, all right, bet, like we're going to the gym, let's go. My next advice is to follow your plan and not your mood. Obviously, we're all human. We all have emotions. We all have good days. We all have bad days. No one is perfect. So there's days that I'm not even in the mood to work out. I don't even wanna get out of bed. But you need to remember to follow your plan, because your mood is always going to be inconsistent, but your plan is always going to be there. It's always going to be consistent. I'm not saying that like if it's a rest day or if you're sick or if it's like something serious, obviously, then you need to recover and take that day off. But I'm saying that if you're just feeling lazy or you're just tired or just making up excuses, then girl, it's gonna make you stay so inconsistent. Remember, we're not just working out to look good, we're working out to grow old. There's a bigger vision with working out, at least for me. Like I want to work out because I want to be old. I want to be able to still move my body when I'm old. It's so much more than just your physique goals. So Every single day, just know that you are investing in yourself when you are moving your body, and you're investing in your future self. Guys, time is just going by. It's going by like crazy. So think about this. Would you rather have time go by and be stuck where you are today, or would you rather have time go by and working on yourself? Even if it's baby steps, at least you're working on yourself. You will feel so much better when you look back to this very moment of us having this conversation. When you look back, you're gonna be like, wow, I am so happy that all this time went by, but I was still working on myself instead of making up excuses for myself. Be willing to be open-minded and learn throughout this journey, gain knowledge throughout this journey. Because like I said earlier, we don't always know it all. We're always learning every single day. And actually, I've heard this from my pastor, but he also said that a person that wants to learn is a wise person, because a person who thinks that they know it all is honestly blocking things that they can gain, like out of other people. So nice to hear other people's advices on their fitness journey and hear their experiences, because you gain your knowledge out of that. And at the end of the day, we're just all creating a space just to become better together and evolve together. Be okay with failing. You need to understand that when you fail, there's beauty in that failing. You're learning something through that failing. You will never get to the end goal. There's no end goal. So you have to be okay with failing. You have to be okay with having those bad days. And this is what I mean with what you do out of the gym matters so much, because if you engrave this in your head of being okay with failing, imagine how you can portray that to your actual life when things don't go your way. And it's just like, all right, that's fine. Like, God's got me. Focus on the 80-20 rule. This is so important because you need to think about it, girl. Eating healthy all the time is so unrealistic. It's crazy. Like, that's not real life. That is not real life. You can't tell me that you're gonna be eating healthy all the time for the rest of your life. It's just not maintainable. You have to have an 80-20. 80%, yes, eat healthy, but 20% of the time, you should be having a healthy relationship with food. You should be able to indulge in what you love. You don't want to restrict yourself. That is so boring. That is not good for your mental health. You don't want to go out with your friends and you're like looking at the fries and you're like, I can't eat that. Like, no. You have to think about what you do to get to your goals is what you're going to have to do to maintain your goals. This leads me to prioritizing your protein intake and of course your water intake. Your protein intake is super important. Sure that I have protein in everything I eat, because that's going to help you with muscle growth as well. And water. Water is going to be your best friend throughout your fitness journey. I drink at least 3 of these a day, and also I add electrolytes, because if you don't know, we burn so much sodium while we're working out, and sometimes water isn't enough to keep us hydrated. My next advice is walking. Walking is going to be your best friend. Honestly, walking is so underrated for your overall health, heart health, and just results that you get from walking is just insane. So you need to start walking more. Any chance you get, walk. Also, I aim to do at least 10K steps a day. I know that sounds a lot. Trust me, when I first started doing this, I was like, 10K steps a day? Like, what? Once you start doing it consistently, you don't even think about it. It's like something that your body just naturally does. I don't only want to look good in the outside, but I want to feel good in the inside. I like to take bone broth because it's high in collagen, it helps seal your gut lining, and it's also high in protein. I've seen such a big difference with my gut health with taking bone broth. Sea moss. That's my baby right there. She has helped my skin glow and give me more energy, and sea moss contains so many minerals that our body needs. And then I do a probiotic yogurt. The probiotic yogurt I use is called the Coconut Cult, and I take a ginger shot. Honestly, I take a ginger shot just because it makes me feel good. Like, when I take a ginger shot, I'm like, bet, throw anything at me and it won't faze me. Take your progress pictures every single day. I don't care if you have to fill your camera roll with progress pictures. That is what you're going to have to do, girl. Because there's times in your fitness journey where you feel like you're not even making progress, where you feel like you don't even see your results. Because think about it, you see yourself every single day. So you don't really see the changes that you're making in yourself because you're looking at yourself all the time. I promise if you take progress pictures and reflect back to those pictures, that is when you're actually going to be able to be like, wow, I'm seeing the changes. Like, I am seeing the results. I'm no longer who I was in this picture anymore. It's so nice when someone says, oh, can I see your transformation, or can I see your results? And you can just be like, okay, and just pull out so many progress pictures that you have. You want to be able to do that. My very last advice, it is 1% better every single day. This is not a race, this is a journey. We are not competing with anyone else but ourselves. Stay locked in on you, girl. It's always when you start to work on yourself that it starts to get a little quieter. You're not gonna hear people cheering you on throughout this journey, but that is okay. The only person you need, girl, in your life is God. God is your biggest fan. Stay consistent. Remember that it's 1%, and just stay focused on you and do this for you and no one else. That is all my advices that I have for you if you were starting the gym as a beginner. Honestly, girl, everything I shared is something I wish someone told me as a beginner, so I genuinely really hope that it helps one of you guys and you guys were taking notes, girl, because I was spilling a lot of good things, so make sure you guys took your notes. Now I'm gonna take you guys to the gym with me, and I'm gonna show you guys the workout I would do as a beginner, how I would structure my workout as a beginner as well. So I will see you guys at the gym.
The first thing you need is a good playlist, and you can't go wrong with my fave playlist. I'll have it linked down in my description box, and I can guarantee it's not only going to feed your ears but also give you the push that you need. First thing you're going to do is stretch. Please do not miss this part. This is so important to prevent any injuries. These are dynamic stretches, which requires you to retain your posture. And then I move on to glute activations. This is completely optional, but I love to do this because I feel like it wakes up my muscles. So the first workout you want to do when you start is a compound lift. This is so important because these particular workouts take the most energy out of you. So a compound lift could be a hip thrust, RDL, or any squat variation. I personally like to do hip thrusts because these are the hardest for me, and I just like to get it out of the way. And since I train for my body type, I love using resistance bands because I feel like it really helps with your side glutes. Then I move on to my second compound lift, which is RDLs. With RDLs, you want to make sure your back is neutral, you're hinging at your hips, and it's like you're closing a door with your glutes. Do you notice how slow I'm moving? That is so important with my trainings. I train with slow tempo to train with intention, to make sure I'm having that mind to muscle connection. Then I add squats with side leg raises to again help with my goals of training for my body type and helping with my side glutes. So after my compound lifts, I move on to single leg movements. These are curtsy lunges. I also recommend to practice progress overload throughout your training. This can either mean increasing the weight, the reps, or the sets. This is so important for muscle growth. I always say though, your form is more important than your weight, so make sure your form is down packed before increasing any weight. Then I move on to step ups. With this workout, again, you want to hinge at your hips, and you want to make sure your non-working leg is not even touching the floor. That way the leg that's on the bench is doing all the work. Then you always want to make sure you end your workout with an accessory movement that aligns with your goals. These are movements that don't require much energy, so my goal is working on my side glutes, so I'm doing side to side walks. And then of course, you already know I end every single workout with posture movements. This is something I wish I knew as a beginner, is working on my posture, but it's never too late to start. And now, so ever since I worked on my posture, I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's made my whole body change. For some reason, I feel like my waist is looking smaller and my lower body is looking bigger. It's because when you work on your posture, you're also working on your flared ribs. Flared ribs are due to poor posture, and ever since I started improving my posture, my flared ribs have gotten so much better. And then I always love to end my workout with cardio. I personally love to do LISS cardio, which basically means low intensity steady state cardio. You can see it in my face, I'm hardly struggling, and this also helps with me aiming with my step goals. I personally aim for 10k steps a day, and this helps me achieve that easily, as well as with my goals of building muscle and losing fat at the same time. I feel like adding LISS cardio has really helped with that.
That is it for today's video. I genuinely really hope that this video has inspired one of you guys to start your fitness journey. Remember, there's no better time to start than now. You need to start now to bettering yourself for your future, your health, and just investing in yourself. Other than that, I really hope that this video has provided you value and has helped you in some kind of way. And please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot, and I appreciate you so much if you do. And other than that, girl, you already know. I will see you next week. Bye.
You don't know who you gonna be.